Welcome to Daytime Ottawa on this Friday. Oh my goodness, love is in the air. We're talking a little Valentine's Day on the show today. We've got a great children's book author on the show, and we're going to tell you about a wonderful initiative, how you can help some students that are in need in our community. But we start in the kitchen with Miriam Pearl. She is owner and recipe developer with Delicious Without Gluten. Welcome back.
Great
to have you here. Happy Valentine's Day to you.
Not yet, but thank you.
Well, no, I mean, I'm not going to see you, right, on Valentine's Day.
Okay,
so
fair enough.
it's like, instead of Happy New Year, that's, we're in February now, so that I can't say. So happy Valentine's Day. And you know what I love about what we're doing today is more and more of us are starting to think about Valentine's Day, just love in general. Right?
Yeah.
Not necessarily, partners and spouses and things like that, but families, right? Friends gathering together and then making some beautiful stuff at home. And that's what you're helping us with today.
I love doing this. In fact, on Valentine's Day, I have a cooking class that I'm giving, and it's all like couples and mother-daughter.
Nice.
And, best friends and all kinds of stuff. So, yes, people like to get into the kitchen and do things together. And this is a great thing to do. I was super excited to do this, even though it's not baking, because everybody can do this at home.
Exactly.
So, and it's fun, whether you're doing it with kids or together as couples.
So what are we making? We got two segments with you. What do we want to? What are we preparing in segment number one?
We're going to start off with the chocolate covered strawberries.
Okay.
And I want to do a little bit of DIY stuff. I want to show you how to build it up and how to make it pretty.
Sounds good.
Then we'll move on to the cake pops.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's get started.
So you know what? Maybe just hand me one of these cups.
These cups? Yeah.
So in order to get one of these, in order to poke the sticks inside, you're going to have to fill this up inside with a foam.
Okay, right.
So if you go to the dollar store, they come in two sizes, either in the round or in a block.
Okay.
And I'm not going to go through the whole thing right now, but basically, if you do a little bit of a push, if you see like that, then you get the shape of what it is, and you go on the inside, and you sort of cut it open like this.
Right.
And
simple.
And it'll sort of fit in.
Yeah,
so I have to continue that.
Okay.
So I wanted to show you that because people always get stuck on the first part.
Right.
So I'm like, okay,
like, how do
already too much.
I don't understand. It doesn't, Miriam, it's not fitting. What's going on?
So it's very important we start with that.
Yeah.
And so we'll just put this now aside.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, if you want, I'll show you later again, but I have so much to do.
Yeah, let's roll.
So the first thing we're going to do, when you're at home, you buy your strawberries, you have to wash them.
Yes.
Some people wash them with water and vinegar. It's white vinegar, or with baking soda.
Okay.
Everybody has a different way of doing it. But you have to soak them first.
Okay.
And then after you soak them, you have to rinse them, and then you dry them.
That's important, right? Yes.
Well, they have like little insects and things sometimes, but mostly they're very dirty.
Oh yeah, for sure. Actually, if you look up, right, if you do your research, these are one of the dirtiest, fruit when it comes to fruits and vegetables, right? One of the dirtiest produce that you can get.
When you're doing everything, I like to do it in segments. So I wash everything first, I put them all together, and then I take out my sticks, and always you face it down, and then you push this inside this way, and we just skew a whole bunch of them. And then we lay them out like that.
The green on.
It's pretty.
It is pretty. No, I just say, just saying to everybody, you can leave it on. You don't have to bother taking it off, right?
So we have these chocolate melts. They come in the store in different colors. You can have white and chocolate and pink. There also comes red, but I like to use the powder. There's a powder like this that you can add. It's like, this is a red powder. They come in all colors. And it doesn't seize. Like water and chocolate seizes together.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to use a powder.
Okay.
So if you want to color up your own chocolate and do your own thing,
that's the way to do it. Okay.
And it's a much nicer red this way. I made a nice red.
Yeah, that looks beautiful.
So what we do is we just take your simple strawberry, and we put it inside the chocolate. After it's melted, you melt them about 30-second intervals.
In the microwave, 30 seconds at a time, until you get the right texture, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Your texture, all you're doing is melting it from this state, which is nice and hot.
Yeah.
And then you take you go like this.
Every 30 seconds, just do the stir and see
do
if
the
you've got it.
stir,
Okay.
And when it's nice and soft and melted, that's what you do.
Perfect.
Now you can do that with white chocolate and different colors.
Okay.
What I'm going to show you today is how to drizzle. So I put this in a bag, like I put the white chocolate in a bag, and you take a very small hole inside. So I have some that I did from before, and I always use a little parchment paper because whatever drips can be recycled and reused again. I'm going to bring this a little bit more forward.
Lap it up yourself if you need.
Exactly, and you just go until it actually is flowing.
Starts flowing nice, okay.
And then you can just go back and forth like this. And then it's so pretty.
That is gorgeous. I love it.
And you could do the other side as well.
Yeah.
And then you can do all kinds of things. I brought here, these are little candies.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
little
Are
hearts.
these
the cinnamon
ones?
Yeah.
I love these.
You can put them like that. They're nice, eh? And you have sprinkles. And also there's like dust powder. So you can have that. Yeah.
Okay.
There's something I want to show you. If you see over here, I gave you a nice marbled look.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So how you do that is you take the white. I'm going to put this over here.
Okay.
Let me just make sure that it's stirred properly because once it's seized, it won't work.
Look at that. That's really cool.
Okay, so we have to just move this in a little bit.
Okay.
It's already kind of seized, but let's do this anyway.
No, it'll work still, I'm sure. of it.
Okay, so
I
I'm going to
believe in
just
us,
take.
Miriam.
Yes. I believe. So what I'm doing is making like a little bit of a star.
Okay.
I'm making a hole in each one so that I can get a little bit of this out. And I'm
so tempted to eat this right now.
This with pink.
Okay.
And I'm also going to layer it up with the chocolate.
Okay.
Okay. I know this looks a little bit funny,
this looks,
but
no, it looks
like a
great.
big mess, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
And there's
you
nothing
can't
wrong with a
really-
mess.
you
That's
can't
why we're
really
in the
screw it
kitchen.
up, but I'll just show you.
Okay.
So I'm going to take a strawberry. I'm
Yeah.
going to stick it right into the middle.
All right.
Oh, it's not deep enough, man. Okay,
Don't
but we're
worry,
going
we
to do
got
it
it.
anyway this way. And you just turn
nice.
it, and you see?
Yes.
I don't know if everyone
That
can
is
see that.
perfect. Yeah. We had a nice close-up on camera. Looks fantastic.
So what you do is when you're finished all this, you can keep layering it, and you
Right.
keep adding more and more and more, and at the end is a big mess. You can just keep going on top of each other. So if I want to go and do that again, I can pick the next one and the next one and the next one. If you want more white or you want purple or you want
and
different
you can,
colors.
I mean, even at the end, you can just twist it on, right? It doesn't have to look, every single one have to look absolutely perfect.
Exactly.
Although that's what we're
so
going
we're
for,
going
folks. Don't
to
get me wrong.
actually see if you can do one.
All
So I'm going to
right.
give you this one.
Okay.
And now you're going to use the pink and see.
Oh, I'm going to do the,
Yeah.
the drizzle across. Okay.
Okay, go for it. Nice.
Yeah, a little off to start
No, it's
there.
okay,
There
it's
we
okay.
go. Oh, there we go.
So I wanted some decorated ones because what we're going to do is we're going to start to make our little
our little
thing.
vase.
Yeah. So I
Okay.
just took a really small one. You can take a cup. You can go to the dollar store. I took out planters, like
Get
$1,
something like
$2
that.
things, and then you can take out cups. You can do whatever you want.
Right.
And-
we're gonna take a quick break.
Ah.
We're gonna continue this because
right.
we've got some cake pops to get to as well.
Yep.
And then we'll show you how to finish off your lovely vase. We'll be back with Miriam Pearl from Delicious Without Gluten right after this. Don't go anywhere.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Watch Podium exclusively on Rogers TV.
Some of Canada's most interesting and accomplished people share their lives, careers, insights, and stories each week on Canada Files. I'm Valerie Pringle, and I'll be speaking with economist Mark Carney, actor Eugene Levy, author Louise Penny, and architect Moshe Safdie, among others. I hope you can join us.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to RogersTV.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at RogersTV.com.
Learn all about the creation of the National Capital Region on The History of Ottawa, according to Phil Jenkins, on Rogers TV.
We are back in the kitchen with Miriam Pearl, of course, owner and recipe developer at Delicious Without Gluten. We're continuing our strawberries, chocolate-covered strawberries. We've been decorating them. We're going to do some cake pops in a moment, but you want to just do sort of a finishing off here, right, of our vase that we've got going. So I took the cake pops,
not the cake pop, the strawberries that we sort of had on the side over here. And I just wanted to show you how you can have a very beautiful way to decorate. Instead of on there, I used some kale.
Yeah, I saw that. That's a great idea.
So that's really good because you want to have something that's actually edible. You don't really want to see the foam. So this is actually some tulle that I bought in a fabric store.
Okay.
And I cut them in little squares, and you can get different colors, and you just sort of poke them right inside.
That's a great
and you can keep going on and on and on and on and poke them in. And then it covers it, and it gives it such a beautiful, oopsie, I didn't poke it enough.
That's all right. But I get the idea, because you don't want to see the green, right, of the foam.
Exactly.
And this hides the green. It gives a nice little
and
color touch to it. Yeah, it's beautiful.
So I'm going to put this away so that we can actually start the cake pops.
Okay.
Now, everybody loves doing cake pops.
Oh, yeah.
But I have a cake pop stand, but you could do exactly the same thing with the sticks.
Yeah, of course.
But notice the sticks are very different now.
Yeah.
You have.
So we had these.
These are
instead of
lollipop sticks.
Oh, these are the lollipop. Okay.
Yes.
And this is kind of like a barbecue skewer, right? Exactly. If you were doing it on the barbecue, you'd probably soak these in water for a little bit.
Exactly.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
I saw you light up when you said barbecue.
You know me. I love my barbecue, Miriam. I also love my cake pops, so don't worry.
So I made a little cake yesterday.
Okay.
You don't need a lot, but you have to crumble it up. So I'm going to crumble this up. I'm also going to take a little paper towel because I just got my hands full of cake. And
there's worse things.
There are worse things than having cake.
Exactly.
And basically, we just want to crumble it up.
Oh,
and
this is
you can do it.
Oh, what happened?
Yeah.
Hold on.
There we go.
Okay. We're good.
On TV, everything happens, right?
Nobody panic. We got it going.
Okay, so basically, it's supposed to go into crumbles, and I think what I did is I put them in too big.
That's okay.
So
but I get the idea. You're trying to crumble it up because you're going to be squishing it together.
So you're going to do, this is about 4 cups of cake.
Okay.
And we're going to put in about a half a cup of the icing.
Okay.
Now you can do this with anything. You can do a carrot cake, you can do a red velvet cake, you can do whatever you want. And then you put the icing inside.
And the icing goes right inside.
And then it just becomes a big ball.
And by the way, everybody at home, again, just a reminder, all of this without gluten. Everything that we're creating,
you can use a gluten-free cake.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really matter. And strawberries are gluten-free, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
And allergen-free, and everybody can do this. And you just put the icing right inside, and you continue on until it turns into a ball and all gathers up.
Okay.
So I'm going to try and make it go fast, Derek. It's on TV.
It's true. It's the way it goes.
So you want to fast forward?
Yes.
Because this is just going to come. See how it's already into a ball?
Yeah, and you
So-
probably have to blast it a bit, right? Like,
Yeah.
like sort of
It
pulse
doesn't
it, I
take
mean,
long.
every now and then.
It's just that,
yeah.
we don't have a lot of time.
Exactly.
Okay, so
apologies to Alex in audio, by the way. I know how much fun it is with blenders,
So
Alex.
I want to show you over here. This is what the cake dough looks like.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And what we're going to do is, because it's Valentine's Day, I'm trying to use different shapes, like the heart shape, right?
Yeah.
We like heart shapes. And so what you do is you make it nice and thick, and then you push it down, and then you have a heart. Okay?
Perfect.
Now I made some already there.
Yeah.
I'm going to show
Got
you.
some over here.
And I put some of them already on sticks, and you freeze them like this.
Oh, you freeze them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And then you can just dip them. So I'm going to give you the
Gotcha.
chocolate, and then you can dip.
Okay.
And the same thing, you can use either sprinkles or you can drizzle.
Right.
I'll give you.
Okay, I'm gonna do
drizzle
the
bag?
dunk here. Here we go.
Okay, I'll give you a red drizzle.
Oh my gosh.
Go, 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 go.
Oh.
It's falling off the stick. It's not frozen.
It's because it's not frozen
'Cause it's not
anymore. But
frozen.
if you freeze it, I guess you don't bring it right up to room temperature, or do you freeze it with the stick on?
That's why you put it with the stick.
Okay.
Yeah. But we get the idea.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can do the same thing
Little
and do
drizzle.
your little drizzle. You can use your sprinkles. You can do all kinds
You know,
of stuff.
this might just fall. I might have
Oh,
to.
come on.
Oh no! It fell off
Jared,
into the other
try a
cake.
good one that I made from before. It's
know,
nice and
just-
crunchy. Well, listen.
The
you have to-
chocolate was all melty. I thought it would
Okay,
be
but
fun.
take one of these,
Okay.
and you'll see what it is. Here, I'm going to give you a chocolate one.
All right.
How it crunches.
Okay.
Even though it's not. Well, it doesn't. If it's cold, it's really
So good.
very, very, very yummy. It's all chocolate. Now you can do that. I said, like, my white ones are actually white cake.
Okay, white
So
cake.
yeah, white cake, and you can
icing.
put flavors inside the white cake. If you would say you want like a
So,
pineapple.
like you would blend it in, you mean?
in the cake. Yeah.
Okay, so you can just
This
add, you can
age.
put like a raspberry jam, you can put pineapple.
Exactly, whatever
anything
flavors you want.
Okay.
Because now you have a lot of fun to experiment.
Oh my God, these are good.
And then don't forget, you can put them in, not just in a cake stand, but you can also, you can put them in
You can do the same
vase.
idea we did with the strawberries.
Exactly.
And don't forget, you just get that foam, put it inside, just like that.
Some people
and
actually
stick it in.
Some people they get the really big strawberries, you know, the ones you get at Costco, and they're really, really big. And you would just take like one strawberry and you do like that, and you leave it like a candy. You know,
Right.
in a box.
Yeah,
But I like
exactly.
this. This is really fun to go over to someone's house and give them a bouquet.
Agreed. And
it.
you're right too, right? Because we're always looking for different gifts to bring and, do something special.
There's
And if
nothing
you
better.
order this compared to making it, right?
Yeah,
You imagine
absolutely.
the cost comparison. And don't get me wrong, we have some great local places that'll do this for you, but have some fun and do it at home. Invite some friends and family over and have a good time. Deliciouswithout.com, they can find
Yep.
the cake pop recipes,
Yes,
right?
I leave you the cake pop recipe, and of course, I'll put this up so that people can see how it's done.
Fantastic. Always a pleasure.
Thank you so
much,
much.
Miriam. Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you.
Next week to you, Miriam. We've got more Valentine's ideas coming up. Lucia Zagumis back with us on the show. She's got some great gift ideas and some wonderful places for you to visit. We'll be back right after this.
That was.
This is a brain in urgent need of mental health care. But because 3 out of every 4 Indigenous people experience racism in healthcare, she may not get the help she needs. Become an ally. Rise above racism in healthcare.
I was born and raised in Musqueam First Nation territory by my mother, who spoke Hunkaminam to me. As a child, I ceased using my mother tongue, as to use any language other than English was considered not being Canadian, so I was told. The old people came to me in a dream and reminded me of who I am and where I come from. I have reawakened My roots are strong, and I'm no longer a silent speaker. My language tells me where I'm from. It defines me and guides me to teach others to learn and understand our culture and traditions. A gift for those in the present and the unborn generations. What was lost is found. What was asleep has awakened. My blood is here, and I am complete. I have returned home.
Hi, I'm Sam LaPrade. I hope you join us here every single week on An Hour to Give. We're going to talk about community, philanthropy, and volunteerism. It's airing right here on Rogers TV.
As promised, we continue on the theme of Valentine's Day. Lucia Zagumas back on the show. You can follow her on social media, by the way, at Mrs. Lulu. Welcome back.
Thank you, Derek.
Happy Valentine's Day to you.
Day.
A little ahead of time.
Yes.
But you brought some amazing things. I said, we're going to talk about some gift ideas. We're also going to talk about some wonderful places for you to go here in the city of Ottawa. But let's start on the table here.
For sure.
Where do you want to start?
Well, we can start here and work our way down. So this is a beautiful gift basket that's been created and put together by the fine folks at Duke Grocery Store.
Yeah,
and
great
Duke Fine
spot.
Foods is in the West End, Bell's Corners. And if you don't know about it, it's an incredibly beautiful family-run European grocery store. So in this grocery store, you'll find a huge selection of cold cuts, and they even have like a sandwich section where they can make your sandwiches fresh, a coffee bar, and then of course you can do all your shopping with for your European products that you won't find in your regular grocery stores in Ottawa. Family-run business from Ukraine, and just so many great items. There's like some mocktails in here, some chocolates, so many great goodies. And if you're just like on the run and looking for something to buy somebody for Valentine's Day, while you're doing your grocery shopping, you can go there and put together a gift basket or have them put together a gift basket for you.
I love it. It's a great, and you know what? I love the location there because I think when people are looking for unique things, oftentimes they're like, oh, it's not in my neighborhood. I got to go, downtown or, Byward Market,
and it's
something
not
like
that far of a drive, regardless. Even for me, I came from the East End, but like sometimes when you're just looking for that something special, right? And it's nice to see the local aspect of it as well, right?
Absolutely.
Doing so great.
This next company, not local, but Canadian
right? woman-run jewelry store called Oleda, and you can shop all these products at shopoleda.com. And there's they're gold filled, which means that they're not going to tarnish and they're going to last long. And some pieces are also pure gold, like 10 karat gold. These beautiful bracelets over here. They have so many things to choose from. I love, and all my necklaces are also from the jewelry store. I love the layering aspect of the necklaces, which is super in style right now. If you love silver, they have silver. There's also gold, and of course some more fancy pieces for an evening out. And shopoleda.com is where you can find all these beautiful pieces.
Too. I was on the website this morning, in preparation of you coming on the show, and I was really pleasantly surprised at how affordable and beautiful all the products were.
Beautiful stuff, and just like so on trend right now, right? The layering of the gold, so absolutely love it.
Skincare is something that's near and dear to me. I actually had a live demonstration courtesy of my friend Shireen over at Sublime Medi Spa, so I'm wearing a little makeup today.
But looks good. No shine, beautiful skin.
You'll see. We're gonna walk through and show everybody.
Right?
But you brought some other great products with you here, right?
And of course I always love Vivier. Vivier serums are like literally so good, and I talk about these products to everybody because they really do help rejuvenate your skin, give you a more youthful look, a healthy glow.
Agreed.
Love it, and we need all the help we can get from our skincare. And Clarence also has some beautiful day and night moisturizers, and a great foundation too that is just the right amount of coverage. So even if you're shopping for a friend for Valentine's Day, a great idea is to give some beauty products,
I love that.
or shop for yourself, because that's always a good idea too.
I am guessing what I'm seeing here is La Vie en Rose.
La Vie en Rose, always such a great place to shop. They have pajamas and so many cute pajama sets, no matter what the season.
Agreed.
And of course, beautiful pieces of lingerie too. You have your bras and your little teddies, and just adorable colors in the pinks and the reds, and beautiful to gift, beautiful to wear, beautiful for Valentine's Day, of course. They have
Yeah, a
so
little
many great
sexy
selection.
too.
Of course,
Right? It's Valentine's Day.
That's what it's all about.
We're allowed
right?
to do that.
Absolutely.
Next up is one of my favorites. They've been on the show a few times, around since 1907.
Yes,
Canadian, out of
Purdy's.
Vancouver.
Yes, that's right.
Out of Vancouver. Purdy's Chocolatier.
Yeah,
I mean,
and the great thing about them is they do great work giving back to charities, to hospitals. So whenever you're shopping Purdy's, you know it's a good thing, right? Like, it's guilt-free chocolates in a way, right?
Yeah.
And these are the vegan chocolates, the sea salt caramels and Sweet Georgia Browns, of course. So they have your regular chocolates, which, I mean, I know we all have our favorites in there.
Yeah.
So many good pieces of chocolate. And they're beautiful gift baskets to give for Valentine's Day, you know, no matter what you like.
The
and
grapefruit,
of course,
this is this a new
That's
one?
one of their newer ones. It's really...
I haven't tried that.
Yeah, well,
I
you're
love
going to have to try it after the show.
Okay, well, I'll have to try.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
no,
will.
I'll have to try it.
Yeah, great stuff at Purdy's, and you can shop online and, of course, in all the Purdy stores
Look
around
at
town.
this.
Yes, now this is Petite Macaron, and they are a bakery in Ottawa's East End, so from one end to the other.
Yeah.
And they do such a beautiful job of making macarons. So their macarons are also sold in Farm Boys across the city.
Right.
So if you're, you know, if you've had them before, you know how delicious they are. And they also make custom donuts and these delicious cookies for Valentine's Day.
Oh, these are cookies. These are the cookies people have been telling me about.
Yeah, they're so good, delicious,
I
beautiful.
mean, look at
local
how many
grocery,
ingredients
bakery.
are just in one cookie.
Incredible. And look
Oh,
how pretty
boy.
the designs are too for Valentine's Day.
Absolutely.
So local business, great to support, incredible creations that they've come out with. And the heart-shaped macarons too. I mean, you don't often see that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's just so
Very nice.
so unique.
Love
Yes,
it.
beautiful.
Let's talk about places you can visit. Let's start with Med Supper Club. My friend Ilon.
Yes, I was just talking to him about you. He's
Okay.
like, I know Darren.
Yeah, and he was saying, you got to come. I haven't been yet. What makes it special?
So it's incredible. It's got such an awesome vibe. You don't feel like you're in Ottawa. You feel like you're in Miami, maybe. But
Nice.
it's got that the Mediterranean menu, delicious food, appetizers, cocktails, drinks, and of course your main courses. It is at Lansdowne, which is great too. So you have tons of parking or options to get there, no matter how you're, getting there by a bus or car or whatever. Beautiful space, super busy. It's got an awesome vibe and a great place to go for Valentine's Day. Absolutely.
Nice. Yeah, we're looking at some of the photos here from
yeah, it's just stunning.
Med Supper Club. Now the other cool. Oh, look at this. That's a great shot, by the way. You took that?
I did not take that.
Oh, you did not.
Thank you to the great
I was
folks
going to give you
at
credit. But yeah, photo credit
to the great folks at Med Supper Club.
We've got about 60 seconds left. Let's talk about what's happening at the Fairmont Chateau Laurier.
That's right. So
the
if
Love
you're
Lounge.
familiar with Elf Pub, which is their little pub during the Christmas season. Now they have recreated that space, and it is now called the Love Lounge.
Nice.
And it is such a cute little space where you can go for cocktails. The color theme is beautiful. You got your reds, your pinks, and beautiful cocktail menu they have curated just for the month of February. And one of the cocktails also you can donate to the Heart Institute with one of those purchases.
Oh yeah, because February is Heart Month, so it'll give back to that. Actually, Leanne Lang, who is the president of the Ottawa Heart Institute Foundation, on the show on Monday to talk more about that.
Perfect.
And they're looking at changing the theme of that, right?
Yes, So I mean, you don't know what new things will be coming up in that space. So there's going to be an ever-revolving space where you can get your delicious cocktails.
Hey, follow this woman on social media at Mrs. Lulu. We'll be back with more right after this. Don't go anywhere.
On Rogers TV.
With Rogers TV, you can cheer on the home team from the comfort of your living room. We'll head to the rink, the field, the court, or the pitch, so you don't have to. Tune in and cheer on your local amateur athletes on Rogers TV.
Join us for the new season of Ottawa Storytellers, right here on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to the show. The last time my next guest was on the show, our good friend Car Evans was filling in for me, so I'm so glad I get to catch up with her because she's got some exciting news to share with all of us. She is a wonderful children's book author. The book is called My Bedtime Song. I am joined by author Megan Cook. Megan, welcome back.
Thank you so much for having me today.
I want to talk about the inspiration behind this book to start things off because it's a wonderful story. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so it was a lullaby that I originally wrote for my daughters many years ago, and I sang it to them every night since. And at the beginning of COVID, I thought that it might be a great passion project to be able to turn it into a book and share it with other families. So I actually asked my young daughters, who were 6 and 10 at the time, to do all the original watercolors and illustrations of the book.
That's amazing. Like, it must be such a great project for all of you to sort of sit back and look at every once in a while and go, hey, we made this together.
It's pretty phenomenal, especially when I've had the opportunity to appear in their classrooms and at their schools, and the students get extra excited knowing that one of their peers participated in the creation of the book.
So tell me about the lullaby. What is the theme? What's the story around the lullaby?
So it's just a beautiful, lovely little bedtime lullaby. It has a very soothing melody. It helped my children fall asleep at night, but it's an inclusive children's lullaby.
Right.
So there are 2 parts within the lullaby or within the story where the singer or the reader is able to change their carer role to suit them. Because we all know it's not always mom that's going to put them to bed. It could be dad, nana, grandpa, aunt, uncle, or friend, and it really makes the children feel very warm and comforted that they're able to participate and to share their unique family situation. And
you mentioned you've been going into schools, and this is something you've continued to do. Tell me about like the response and the feedback, and I know you're doing this right out of the goodness of your own heart, right?
Absolutely. Well, my book has been deemed a really great early reader book by the CARP Local Literacy Center, and they actually incorporated it into their summer camp child literacy camps. Okay. So that was a phenomenal event where my daughters and I were able to go into their summer camps and read the book and participate in activities with them. And as I had mentioned, I've been into schools and a bunch of other locations where, depending on the age group, I have a very tailored program with activities, reading of the book, and it could be talking about just inclusivity, becoming an author, and enjoying literacy together.
Yeah, I love that idea because I was surprised, when you and I were talking before the show, you mentioned obviously, the school grade kids, but also, high school grade kids, and the idea being, obviously you're not going to sit and read the lullaby to them or sing the lullaby to them, but it was really telling them about this process and about being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Why did you decide on that?
I consider myself a serial entrepreneur.
Okay.
And I really want to encourage the youth, no matter if you're young or old, you can start a project at any time and follow your passion and follow your heart's desires. And to be able to have someone to speak to ask the questions to be able to encourage them, really, sets the stage for their future success. And to be quite frank, the older kids actually do enjoy reading the book and hearing the melody of the song too.
Nice.
So it's been a really well-received reaction.
And you love to collaborate. One of your passions too is local, and you've self-published this book, but you've also used local businesses and collaborated with them. Tell me about that.
Yes, I come from a family of entrepreneurs. I love supporting absolutely everything local, so that has been my platform for the first year that the book has been out. So I had it printed locally through Elephant Print. I've collaborated with so many amazing local bookstores and toy stores across the city, including Tagalong Toys, Ottawa Loves Local, Mill Street Books, Almont, and I enjoy raising funds as well. So my other passion is being a survivor of domestic violence. Part of the proceeds of my book do go to to charities that support that. So back in October, which was the Domestic Violence Awareness Month, I collaborated with Chris's Ice Cream. We created a unique flavor specifically for us, and sales from the book and from the ice cream of that month went to local charities.
Self-publishing, tell me about, that decision and why you decided to go that route.
Again, just to be able to support local in every aspect that I could. I had the opportunity to, print in bulk over in China, or just throw it right up directly onto Amazon and just get it, printed that way.
Right.
But again, I wanted to be able to have a hands-on experience and support local. So with my book, I have durable gloss pages within it, so they're kind of tear-resistant for the children.
Excellent.
And it just gives another means to be able to encourage local love throughout the city of Ottawa.
I mentioned you had some exciting news, so let's talk about that exciting news. Number one is you've launched your website, right?
Absolutely,
That is now up and rolling. It is now live, right?
Yes, and I give huge kudos to my sister, who, has been the big help with everything on my social media and with the website. It's been a long time coming, and I can very excitedly say that this week we launched the website, which is www.authormegancook.com. That's where you can find more about the story. You can look into having meet the author visits and presentations in your local organizations, and you can get a copy of the book for yourself.
And you also can get a copy of the book on Amazon, right?
Yes.
That's big for an author as well, so that's exciting in itself too.
Absolutely. I had to have that decision of, do I just want to remain local? But it's been so well received far and wide that I decided, why not get it onto Amazon, and just to be able to push this love of inclusivity and family togetherness. Snuggle up with your coziest blanket and with your little one and enjoy a beautiful bedtime song and story. And it's going to be a great journey from here on out.
An ebook coming soon, is my understanding as well?
Yep, I can never slow down, even with one on the way. I constantly have
congratulations,
projects.
by the way, on that.
I constantly have projects on the go. So not everyone, enjoys the book in their hands.
Right.
We are in a digital age, so in the coming weeks we will have the ebook, and if they follow my website and they sign up for the newsletter, they'll be able to get their own free copy of my ebook for a limited time.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I understand your daughter crochets as well. She's crocheted some characters from the book?
Absolutely.
Is that right?
So my oldest daughter, Cadence, so my daughters Elaire and Cadence were the illustrators, but my oldest daughter is her own young entrepreneur. She has her own crochet business. It's Crochet Kitten with K's on Facebook, and I'd asked her to create the star character of my book, and she did not disappoint. So those are a beautiful addition, to the different items that you can find on my website for purchase.
I love it. What a great family collaboration. Congratulations again, Megan.
Thank you so much.
Not only to you and your daughters as well, those wonderful illustrators. We'll be back with more Daytime right after this. Don't go anywhere.
This is a man's heart, a heart in desperate need of medical attention. But because 78% of Indigenous people experience racism in healthcare, he may not get the help he needs. Become an ally. Rise above racism in healthcare.
I'm Gagweg. My name means everything.
Tom Longboats.
I am Wolf Clan, Onondaga Nation. I've run many different races. I've run to survive and to be free. I've run to win for honor.
His people might be lazy, but this one's damn fast.
My people respected our runners, people who carried important messages from village to village.
I need a guide to the next post. Dispatch carrier, sir. I can get you there.
God's sakes, man, slow down. Who do you think I am, Tom Longboat?
No, sir. I am.
Running makes me feel alive. It's everything.
Tom Longboat was the first Indigenous person to win the Boston Marathon. He ran his way to international fame and became an inspiration to generations of athletes.
public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
Welcome back to the show. This is a great segue after talking to Bill about, modeling and getting into things of interest. And if you want to get your kids interested in reading, and I can tell you this was something so important in my daughter's life, is not interested in reading, but as soon as I introduced her to comic books, oh boy, everything just exploded from there. And not just for children, but adults absolutely love comic books. I can say from my experience and my brother's experience, we've been comic book lovers our entire lives. My next guest is a writer, illustrator, creator of a great comic series. It is called Ed Kills the Dead, and I should give everybody at home a little bit of warning. We're talking graphic novels here, so if you have somebody young watching right now and you're a little skeptical about, when you hear graphic novels, just keep that warning in mind that, we may be talking about blood and zombies. Pretty right, much. David? Yeah. Listen to David. David's like, yeah, pretty much. That's what. Tell me a little bit about your background, David.
So basically, I've been drawing my whole life. So my series, I've been working on it for the last 3 years. This is where I started taking my own work seriously. I kind of wanted to do my own thing because I've been working for other people, just more or less because my background is in animation. So
okay.
I used to work in more like kids cartoons.
Okay.
So I kind of started off with that for a few years, and then I got out of that, started doing more commission-based illustrations. And then kind of led to the books. And then one day I had a client approach me. She's like, how do you feel about producing a comic book based on my dad? So I was like, that sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, no
so
kidding.
I kind of started off from there. So I did like a little short, 12-page comic. And they fell in love with it. And I just thought, might as well go and print off some copies. So I started with 50 books to start off, and then within a couple of days, I sold them all.
Really? Eh?
And it kind of convinced me. I'm like, okay, I must be doing something good here. So I kind of started from like one book, and then I immediately started jumping on book 2 because I felt like there's a lot of people interested in what I was doing. And I've always been interested in horror, like just zombies, anything.
Yeah.
Because I grew up watching like old 80s horror movies, so it's
Me too.
And like reading stuff from like Image Comics, which is horror based, so it's like anything in that genre is pretty much up my alley. So
when we use that term graphic novel, if people aren't familiar with a graphic novel, what does that mean exactly, David?
So a graphic novel is more like the hardcovers. So you're picking up books that are more like you're getting the full story of it.
Right.
Where comic books is more like an ongoing series. So. I mean, depending, like you get different people, like some people are more interested in the comics, they like the ongoing series. Whereas like, I kind of wanted to do both because just to appeal for everybody.
Yeah, we're just looking at one of the shots you sent along for us today. So,
that's my first issue.
Yeah, this is the first issue here that we're looking at? So what was the storyline?
So the storyline is very exaggerated. It's it's like sci-fi fantasy horror. So it's basically like it just kind of jumps into the main event. So my character, very relatable. He doesn't have any superpowers whatsoever, but he comes across this super pill that gives him super strength.
Okay.
So that's kind of like how he defeats the zombies. There's a lot more to it, but the background, you get more into the history as you go along reading book 2 and 3. But what's cool about my book is I'm introducing like ghouls and monsters, so like it goes far beyond the zombies.
Right.
So I'm trying to interest other people that are into all that.
You mentioned sort of being inspired, growing up watching those particular type of film in the comic book world or in the the graphic novels world. Did you have sort of a favorite too that helped inspire you into this series?
So. I grew up loving Evil Dead and like Friday the 13th, like your icons.
Yeah.
But Evil Dead was really up there for me because there's something about demons and just the supernatural stuff with witchcraft, Dracula, all that fun stuff. So I kind of wanted to blend all that together in my book and just kind of like make something different out of it. So
the process of writing and illustrating itself, did you come up with the character first or the storyline? Like what was your process in the writing?
It was really interesting because like going back to my client who approached me for making this based on her dad. So the premise was it was basically like the main characters are him and his daughter, who's actually my client who approached me. So I made them into characters in this book, and then I basically just kind of came up with the title. I'm like, I wanted something catchy, something that rhymes. So I thought like, Ed rhymes with dead, so I was like, Ed kills the dead. And it was just simple like that. So people like something catchy, you know, when you read it. And it sticks to your mind when you read it too.
Do you still do those custom comics for people? Is that still something you work on, or is this more you've turned directly?
This is more or less what I'm focusing on right now, but.
So how many in the series so far, and are you looking to expand upon it as well moving forward?
So basically right now I got 5 issues that I've produced in the last 5 years, or sorry, 3 years.
Okay.
And it's going to stretch into like a 10-part series.
Nice.
So I'm hoping for like something. I don't know if it's going to finish in 10 books. I'm hoping it does, but it just depends on how far the story progresses.
And if people keep being interested in buying the books, and they're still interested in the series, who knows where it's going to go. You brought a couple of other books along with you here. Tell me about these ones.
So this is completely different than horror. So I'm also doing kids books. So these are chapter books that are produced through a local author. She does them in like French and English, but so these are more like for kids.
Okay.
So like the younger.
So are you illustrating these? Is that the idea?
So she wrote the stories, and I basically just illustrated like everything, like the jacket, everything.
Well, that is fantastic.
So yeah, those. The Shanlia one was produced about 5 years ago, and then my new one, which just released last month, was The Search for the Lost Crystals.
I know it's a long way off, but you're going to be at Brockville Fanaticon, right?
Yeah,
coming up in April?
April 28th.
April 28th, there you go. And if people want to find more about you and copies of your book, where can they find you?
So I have a main website. It's at edkillsthedeadcomics.com. So if you go on there, everything's there. There's also posters, and I can get custom shirts made, which I've sold a few. So, I mean, there's other merch than
you
just
do some
comics.
Woodworking, I think, too?
Woodworking, too, but that's more commission-based. But
I see.
That's more like on the side, you know?
Right.
But my main focus is on my comic books.
Wonderful.
So,
well, congratulations on all your success so far.
I appreciate that.
Just amazing. I mean, the illustrations are absolutely incredible. Again, edkillsthedead.com. Easy place to find them right there. We'll be back with more Daytime after this. We're going to be switching gears coming up. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
Watch Podium exclusively on Rogers TV.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to RogersTV.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at RogersTV.com.
I still remember the games. The laughter, the footsteps through the hallway. I'll never forget the challenges.
Every day I come back from work, it's always like this. We're yelling in front of the kids.
I'll never forget the help we needed. How far we've come.
Learn all about the creation of the National Capital Region on The History of Ottawa, according to Phil Jenkins, on Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Sam LaPrade. I hope you join us here every single week on An Hour to Give. We're going to talk about community, philanthropy, and volunteerism. It's airing right here on Rogers TV.
great way to send you into the weekend to talk about just an amazing positive initiative helping students here in our community. And my next guest is the founder and president of the Help Our Students program. Richard Lucier joins me. Welcome, Richard. Great to have you here. You and I were speaking before the show, and I was telling you, you know, I had some of my own difficulties in school and finally graduated. And this is kind of part of your inspiration. Tell us a little bit about how your father helped inspire you.
Well, I was 16 years old. I was just starting at university near Montreal, the military college, and I was having a really hard time academically, financially, so I decided to quit school. I called my father in Cornwall, that's where we lived, and I said, I'm out of here, I'm not going back. And he said, hang on, I'll be right there. He drove to Montreal, and we talked, and he gave me $100, and he said, go back. Now, in 1962, that was a lot of money.
Yeah.
And my family didn't have $100, so I have no idea. Never found out where he got that kind of money. But he said, go back. I did. I graduated from RMC. I had an amazing career in government. I raised my family. I think that $100 saved my life. And
yeah, and here you are today. I mean, to think that, you know, that stayed with you, and I'm not surprised that that stayed with you all of these years. And I guess that was, you know, sort of a thought that, hey, there's probably many students out there to this day that have issues and that are struggling financially, and that's the inspiration around this program, right?
Well, it sort of was the genesis. The seed was planted when I retired early. And I was doing some consulting work, but I wanted to do something more permanent. And it came to me in the car on the way home. I got home, I knew exactly what I was going to do. I was going to help kids stay in school who are poor, and I was going to give them money directly. Nobody does that. Nobody gives kids money.
Yeah.
And so we started with 3 students. I harassed my family and friends to raise some money.
Good for you.
We helped 3 kids in 2 schools, and I thought if I can do that every year, that'd be great. And now we're up to over 200 kids in every high school in Ottawa, 3 students per high school. People keep sending me money, and so from 3 students, I've given out about $500,000 dollars.
Wow,
yeah,
that's incredible.
It's amazing.
I didn't realize how much it had accumulated to this day. $1.5 million. And you know, is there any particular criteria? Do you work with the schools?
Yes.
What's the selection process like?
The criteria are very simple: hardworking. Okay. I don't care if they're geniuses or not. Hardworking, want to stay in school, want to graduate. And living in really, really difficult financial circumstances,
right.
So they're poor. The schools, they know the students, they know their kids, so they do a lot of hard work to make sure, and the hard part is for them to pick 3. In some schools, like Ottawa Tech, they told me the whole school qualifies.
Right.
So it's a real challenge, and I find this year I'm getting more calls from schools, could we get another award? So it's difficult to, you know, you try to accommodate, but the need is growing terribly. And these kids don't know where the next meal is. Some are couch surfing. The stories I hear make me cry, but they are so positive. They just want to get to schools. And we found out when we first started, we thought we were just basically helping poverty. But we found out through the letters that the kids write to us that we gave them hope. They all of a sudden they realized, well, maybe I can do something. If I'm going to graduate high school, maybe I can go to school, maybe go to college, go to university. So that sort of triggered a lot of that kind of development in their lives. So it's great. It's just love what we do, and I get hugs, and that's the best part.
I was going to say, you know, it's emotional on you know, in 2 ways, and you know, the one, you know, you find out about these stories and how these young people are struggling financially, and then, you know, the other emotional part is, you know, them reaching out to you and getting those hugs and getting those letters and finding out their successes later on.
Absolutely,
right?
It's moving. The letters are, like I say, they'll make you cry, but they make you laugh, and you're so proud of them that they've done it. They've stayed in school, because it's hard. I mean, the pressure for them to quit, to put food on the table for the family, you know, it's hard. So we give them $150 a month for every month of the school year, and they get it directly. They have to learn to manage that money themselves.
Right.
But most of them, the money goes to mom.
I was going to ask you, yeah, when they get the money, you're not asking them to spend it on anything specific. It's, you know, here's $150 and you spend it in a way that's going to help you and your family most.
It's a challenge for them to learn that.
Yeah.
Most of them have never had a bank account, and all of a sudden they're managing money, and so it's one of the things that they're learning along this journey, and it's something we're very proud of. I've given RBC over 1,000 new customers over the years, so it's
yeah, and I was reading that on your website, just the fact that, you know, some of these students would have had a difficult time opening up a bank account if it wasn't for, you know, the fact that you've helped them with this program, right?
We have some angels that work for us, or are part of, that work for RBC, but they help us in our program. And so they tend to smooth the edges over sometimes to get the bank account open. So yeah, some of these kids have no birth certificate, single mom who ran away from a relationship. So the circumstances are always so difficult.
Richard, how can our viewers help?
They can give us money. We're through our website, and the nice thing about us is that there's no admin fee. So $100 I go directly to help the students. People like to see their money well spent, and so for me, it's a sacred trust. Send money, lots of it.
And not many, you and I talked about, not many initiatives can say that 100% of what gets donated goes directly to the initiative. Richard, really appreciate the time. And thank you so much, everything you've done in the community. You and, of course, everyone that's been helping out. We'll be back with more right after this.
On Rogers TV.
With Rogers TV, you can cheer on the home team from the comfort of your living room. We'll head to the rink, the field, the court, or the pitch, so you don't have to. Tune in and cheer on your local amateur athletes on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to the show. Let's review a couple of things on the show before we let you go for the weekend. Looks like some beautiful weather. Unfortunately, not beautiful Winterlude weather, but don't forget there's lots of things happening still with Winterlude down on Spark Street, Byward Market, some of our museums as well. So make sure you check the Winterlude website out to find out more information. If you'd like to help out Richard in that fantastic initiative, helpourstudentsprogram.com. The easiest way to go. 100% of your donations go directly to a student here in our community to help them out. A big thanks to Miriam Pearl for that recipe, by the way, for the cake pops. It'll be up on her website, deliciouswithoutgluten.com. Of course, the strawberries, I don't think we even have to share the recipe. Pretty simple, but a big thanks to Miriam for traveling all this way, and thanks to Lucia, some great gift ideas. Don't forget those wonderful spots for Valentine's Day, the Med Supper Club, and of course the Love Lounge. That is running, by the way, at the Fairmont Chateau Laurier until February the 19th. So go on in. It's walk-in only, so you can't make a reservation, but just an absolutely great spot. Thanks so much for watching. Have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you next time here on Daytime.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
Hey everybody, my name is Karen. I'm here with my best friends Shane and Monique. Join us on Rogers TV for Fitness Faction. Every week, we're gonna take you through a full body workout. We've got strength training, we've got cardio, we've got HIIT. Ladies, let's get back into it.
I think we've got 10 more skaters. Let's go.